Greetings, dear friends on my War Reporter channel. Let's begin to sort out the events from the front. On these collected footage for these 3 years of war show the true events in the Russian-Ukrainian war. One of the first and most significant episodes was the daring operation to seize the Antonov airfield in Hostomel, which became a symbol of fearlessness and combat prowess of Russian paratroopers. At 9 a.m. at the airfield Moser, Republic of Belarus, began loading soldiers of the 45th and 31st Airborne Brigades into Mi-8 helicopters. At 12 o'clock, the first group took to the air, heading for the area that would soon become known as Hostomel. An hour later, at 13:20, the landing began under the cover of Mi-24, Mi-35M and Ka-52 attack helicopters, which not only created a safe corridor, but also destroyed enemy fire points, including Manpad's crews. One of the Ka-52 helicopters was damaged and had to make a hard landing, but the operation continued. Having landed, the paratroopers immediately began clearing the area, taking control of the buildings and key facilities of the airfield. At the same time, reinforcement groups, airborne troops, Marines, GRU Special Forces, Rosgvardia and volunteers were moving to the battle site on the ground, ready to break the possible encirclement and expand the bridgehead. At 1500 hours, the Russian flag was raised over the Antonov airfield. Despite the Ukrainian side's statements about the complete destruction of the landing force and loud promises to show the bodies and documents as early as the 25th, the fighters continued to hold their positions, took new supplies of ammunition, evacuated the wounded, and strengthened their defense. They fulfilled their task in full, and the further development of events depended no longer on them, but on political decisions. Russian paratroopers in those days forever inscribed their name in the combat history of Russia. They did the impossible, going down in history as the Hostomel Bogators.
Солдаты украинской армии! Сложите оружие и сдавайте! Выходите, не тронет! Туалет, туалет! Туалет! Чисто! Чисто! Вот оно, КДП взято. Ящик. Красавец.
During today's attack on Popovka, Krasnoyarsky district, Belgorod region, the enemy used tanks in addition to SPN groups. A T-64BV of the Ukrainian armed forces was masterfully destroyed by the Ghoul kamikaze drone. Also, Ghoul destroyed another tank that was firing at Russian border guards. Unfortunately, due to not very correct editing of the video, the quality of the video from the glasses suffered a lot, but the result is clearly visible on the objective control. T-64BV burst into flames like a match after a masterful hit by the drone pilots. First-person combat launch. A Russian warrior with the call sign Deva from the Dnipro battery shot down a reconnaissance drone of Ukrainian soldiers with a Stinger flying over Russian forward positions. Operators of the Russian 106th Guards Division continue to nightmare Ukrainian soldiers. This video shows how the crew of AT-72B3 tank of the Novorossiysk paratroopers destroyed a stronghold with infantry of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Orkhovskoye direction in the Zaporizhia region. Airborne forces assault units practice combat tactics when storming settlements in border areas of the Kursk region.
Давай, дальше еще. Заходи, сарай! Граната!
This footage shows the Grad MLRS of the Tula airborne troops, which destroyed Ukrainian armed forces infantry during the liberation of the border areas of Kursk Oblast. Russian group leads Sturm in the forest belts and eventually takes place. Capture of the Ukrainian army.
Не стрелять в них! Выходите все! Ложитесь на землю все! Хотите остаться в живых, блядь! Ложитесь на землю! Выходите! Оружие сбрасывайте сюда! Давай, не переживайте, вас никто не обидит! Давай сюда! Вытащи сюда! Возьми его! Ты один? Был? Пойдем! За мной! Кто тут с этими с хохлами? Останьтесь! Влазь сюда! Влазь! Ты сюда влазь! Здесь кто есть? Пожалеем, говорю, пожалеем, не ссыте, выходите! Слушай, куда они побежали? Туда? По дороге сюда побежали? Никто! Все здесь! да? Все, где? Все позиции кинули? Чего вы не кинули позицию? Все, сидите, держи их, пошли. Держи на прицеле до своих. Передай по рации, что все, блядь. Скажи по рации, все нахуй. Есть кто, уходи. Живой есть кто, выходи, не тронем. Давай выходи. Не ссы, не тронем, обещаю. Выходи, выходи, подните руки. Все, давай, вылази, не ссы. Не бойся, не тронем. Ты один-то? Ложись здесь. Вот сюда присядь. Вот иди сюда, вот сюда присядь. Вот так ляжь, туда головой ляжь. И лежи здесь. Все, вот так вот ляг и лежи спокойно. Не, оружие вытащи, блядь, оттуда. А? Вообще? А чем ты стрелял? Лежи здесь спокойно.
If you didn't know what the alarm clock of an ordinary Ukrainian stormtrooper looks like, we have the answer. Monitoring the aftermath of the use of FAB 3000 on the saltpeter plant in Sujansky district of Ostrypa, on which the AFU has entrenched itself. Images of an unsuccessful counterattack by the Ukrainian armed forces near Chasov Yar. Scouts of the 215th ORB of the 98th Division of the Russian Airborne Forces sat down an attempted counterattack by the AFU near the village of Chasov and destroyed an infantry transport along with 2 vehicles. Combat hunting continues on the Sugyianikovka Road of Death. Tiger's UAV unit hit and destroyed T-64 tank, pickup truck and minibus of Ukrainian soldiers. In this footage, the crew of a T-72B3M tank of the Russian Dnieper group of troops took a sniper hit to destroy a temporary deployment point and personnel of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kherson region.